Hi everybody, this is Bobby of Knitter's Niche. I'm up here in my bonus room and I call it my Knitter's Niche. How is everyone? This is episode 15. It's sunny today. It's a beautiful day. It's very kind of cool in the 70s and not normal for this time of year. Usually it's pretty humid this time of year. So I'm here to talk about knitting fashion trends. You know, I was thinking the other day and I thought, you know, I think I'm going to look at some of the features of fashion and incorporate that into my daily hand knits because I want to wear them when I'm out and I want them to look nice. I want to style them. So I went to fashion. And I took a look at what the big trends are right now. We're going to talk about fibers. We're going to talk about silhouettes, style. We are going to talk about color. And we are also going to talk about texture. Yeah. Well, anyway, let me backtrack here real quick and say I'm so happy to see everybody. Last episode, I had on a cardigan, a long sleeve cardigan. It was still a little cool, but now we're actually toward the end of May 27th. It's Memorial Weekend. So summer's just around the corner. Unofficial day of summer is Monday, June 1st. You know, it's not officially summer. We call it the unofficial day of summer. So let's get started. Let's get started to all the good yarny stuff. The first thing we'll talk about is a fashion trend. One of the #1 fashion trends. I'm going to talk about 4. It's not necessarily the top fashion trend, but it's the first one I'm going to talk about. And it is talking about raffia. Everything is raffia. Everything is linen. I mean, accessories, it's purses, it's shoes, it's jewelry. So what is raffia? Well, raffia is a plant-based material. The purse I have up here is raffia. And I don't know if you can see it, but if you look real close, it looks like a knit stitch. And then I've kind of made some pom-poms and hung on it to accessorize it. So raffia, to me, you know, it's kind of hard to find to knit with raffia. I think some companies do have it, but I looked to Purl Soho, and Purl Soho has a linen. It's called Blackbird linen. It's 100% linen. And as a matter of fact, what they're having is a knit along. It's a free knit along. You can go on their website and you can sign up. And just for signing up, they give you a code and you get 20% off of their Blackbird linen. So that's what I did. And the cast on day is June 1st, but you can cast on after that. And you also have a chance to win. Your name will go in a drawing with a chance to win a $1,000 gift card from Purl Soho, a Purl Soho $1,000 gift card. And what knitter wouldn't love that? So what did I do? Let me show you what I got. Hang on just a second. It's in my bag, and it's the bag that's over here. You know, it's kind of hard to have everything around y'all at once, but hang on, let me get it for you. I'm back. Okay, I'm ready. I've got my Blackbird linen right in front of me here, and this is it. And the color I had ordered and received is called Natural Flax. And the reason that I got the Natural Flax because it kind of reminds me of that natural color of raffia. So I thought I'm gonna latch on to this fashion trend that's out there for the summer of 2023, a big fashion trend, and I'm gonna knit a bag. The bag that I'm going to be knitting is gonna be with the knit along with Purl Soho, and it's called the dumpling bag. And you know, I don't know if any of you have ordered from Purl Soho, but every time you order from them, you'll get one of these cards, and it's a card, and on the back it says dumpling bag knit along. And see the little code there? You can actually scan that and it'll take you straight to Purl Soho and it will tell you all about it. And if you notice back here, these are other Purl Soho cards that I've got with other purchases, and I use those photos to decorate my backdrop with. So this is the Blackbird linen. Now, linen is 100% linen, nothing more, nothing less. And it is definitely fibrous. It's a plant-based fiber. Okay, there's the Blackbird linen. And I will be knitting this, and I'll cast on June 1st, and I will keep everybody up to date. Please follow me at Instagram at Knitter's Niche. Niche is spelled K-N-I-C-H-E, and you'll be able to see my progress because I'm going to be posting on there and tagging Pearl Soho. So this is I've already got the pattern, and it was free. It's free to sign up, and they give you that 20% discount code. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to be knitting the first fashion trend that I've talked about today, knitting fashion trend. Now the second fashion trend that I'm going to tell you all about that I'm going to be utilizing is minimalism. And basically in fashion, what minimalism means is taking basic pieces and put them together. A real basic piece is a tank top, and you can take the tank top and you can put it along with elevated shorts. And I don't necessarily mean money-wise, I mean elevated in material. As far as you can get linen shorts. You can go to TJ Maxx and get linen shorts that are a little bit longer, have the deep pockets, and have what they call a paper bag waist, which means it's all gathered up and kind of big here, and it ties. Very, very cute. I'm going to put a picture to my left here so you can take a look at it and you can see, because I'm going to show you what tank I'm going to tell you about. It's a free pattern. I've talked about it before. And this is the Tip Top tank, and it's by Maker. And I've got it featured here with a button-down sleeveless collared shirt. And it's adorable. I knit this with Lion Brand Kobu yarn, and it's cotton and bamboo yarn. It's very inexpensive, but it's got a split hem on the side, as you can see. But again, I'll put a picture over here and you can take a better look at it. It's very, very, very soft. It's really nice. Now, I did knit it on a size US 6 needle, and it said to knit with a 4, and I should have knit with the 4 because it really, really did grow in the straps here. But anyway, I will, and also on Ravelry, if you go to Bobby Knits It, I will put a link down below to my Ravelry page, and you can see all my projects that I've done, and this one's featured on my page. So this is one of the minimalism patterns. Very simple, very elegant, and it's what you pair it up with that puts a whole look, a whole summer 2023 hot pick look. And another one, and I've also talked about this one before too, and I'm going to put a little disclaimer out. Now, I did a test knit for this, for the designer, and one of two things happened. She either released it and withdrew it, or ended up not releasing it. So if you go onto Ravelry, excuse me, it's still hard for me to say that word. It just is, to say Ravelry. It's a tongue twister for me. But anyway, she has another pattern, and I'll show it to you here. Oh, real quick here. Here is the Tip Top Tank pattern by Maker. And it's free. It is charted, and it is also, no, I'm sorry, it's not charted. You can knit it in the round, or you can knit it flat, either way. And it has both of them in the pattern. And it really is nice. For a free pattern, it's got a lot of information in there. Okay, the other one that I'm talking about is the Little Sprout. And this is the tank, but here's the one. And I've worn this on the podcast before, and I'll put a picture to the left here and you can see me wearing it. Now, this was the test knit I had done, and it is not on Ravelry. So you cannot purchase this, but this is the same thing, only this is done in stockinette. And this is done in a textured, it's not a rib, but it has texture to it. It's not necessarily a rib. The nice thing about this, when you have it on, it it has a nice cut right through here, and it is high. And this is a big fashion trend for summer of 2023 also, is a higher tank with these cut in lines right through here. This is the front, and then the back is cut in just a little bit more. So I won't tell you the name of this because it's not available for purchase, but this one is, Little Sprout, is by the same designer. So I haven't knit this one yet, but I can even change the texture of it by doing something other than stockinette. So that is the second fashion trend that we're talking about today, and that is called minimalism. Now, there's something else that is so important in fashion, in the fiber arts, and in really any kind of art, any visual, what I want to say, visual medium, anything that someone sees, is color. Now color, the color of summer, the hot color of summer 2023 in the fashion world is bright, vibrant orange. Now, I know some people are probably thinking, wow, that is just way out of my comfort zone. I don't really care to knit anything in a bright, vibrant orange, but it is beautiful. It is so pretty, and it's especially pretty on someone that has a golden toned, warm tone to their skin. It's very, very pretty. Now, if that is not your fashion taste, I would suggest going, let's see, with a coral, a peach, or a salmon color. So that is really the big color this summer when I researched fashion trends for 2023, the summer of 2023. And the other color is lavender. And lavender, and well, it didn't really surprise me, but it got me thinking, you know, I don't have anything that I've knitted that's lavender. Purple is a color that you either like it or you don't care for it, either way. But lavender, that's another story. And lavender goes perfectly with white, a bright, crisp white shirt underneath, or a white jean jacket, white jeans, shorts, a skirt, a white gauze skirt, a dress. Either way, lavender and orange, believe it or not, those are the two big colors for summer 2023 in the fashion trend. Now, we've talked about three things. Now, here's the last one. It is the fourth. And the fourth one is lace. And do we knit lace? Yes, we knit lace. And the big trend right now is a lace detail on a camisole. Not the whole camisole on lace, but some lace detail on the camisole. It could be a camisole or a tank. Something sleeveless. Again, you could wear it under a jean jacket. You could put it under a white blazer with some stonewashed, really bleached out jeans. That would really look nice. But that is our fourth element that we're talking about, because remember, we're looking to fashion elements to use and to bring into our knitting, our hand knits. So, you know, we all knit our hand knits, and we want to wear them. We want to wear them and look nice and look pulled together. So 4 items I have told you about, 4 elements I've told you about in fashion for spring and summer of 2023. Well, you know, it's warming up. We got June just around the corner here. So let's go ahead and think about those things that we can add to our summer knits. Of course, fiber is going to be the first thing that you're going to choose. It's going to probably be a plant-based fiber. And then you're going to think, okay, well, what about the silhouette? Do I want something a little, uh-oh, here we go again. Okay, here we go again. What I was wanting to say is, do I want to pick out something that's a minimalistic, going with the minimalism theme? I think that's a good choice, because then you can embellish it a little bit more with the color, the third element that we talked about, the color. And then the fourth element we talked about was lace, and add some lace. So that's this part of the podcast. Now, how about if we talk about my finished objects? Now, I have been knitting on one object since December 10th of 2022, just this last December. And I knit it with all of my advent calendar and my 10 gram minis that I had also. And here it is. It's the Cozy Comfort Throw. And it is done. It is done. The edging is done. It is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I'll just take a look here. There's all the edging that's done. Isn't it pretty? Now, I had made it a certain width, and as you're knitting a bigger project like this, especially garter, it's going to stretch. When it stretches, then it's going to take up some of your width, is going to shorten up because it's stretching, but it still goes across me just perfect. Just perfect. And I'll show you how long it is here. I think it ended up being, oh my gosh, 68 inches maybe, I think. I'll put it down below here, put it on the screen here and let you know the exact dimensions of it. But it's beautiful, and I held it together. Each mini skein I held together with an undyed merino and nylon blend yarn. It was from Cascade. So this is my finished object. And I worked and worked and worked on this, and in the meantime, of course, I knit the other blanket here, and that was the Anthology Throw. I knit that blanket, and knit this blanket. I had knit the Salty Air Tea. I was wanting to say sea salt, but it's Salty Air Tea. Oh boy, salt's in it, I guess. I guess it's okay. So anyway, I had knit that. I've been busy, busy, busy. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is what I'm wearing. And what I'm wearing, let me get this pattern out for you here. It's a test knit, and it's not available yet, so I'm going to put it out there right away. So, you know, don't be upset if you can't get it yet, because it's going to be released the beginning of June. Now, I don't know if it's in that first week of June or the beginning of the second week of June, because we are still in testing. I think everybody's almost done though. But June 1st, we had to have it done. So I am going to stand up and let you take a look at it. This is called the Sunshine Bliss Tank Top. And this is by Key Knits, K-E-Y Knits. And her name's Rhonda. There you go. And this is it. Now, I have taken 4 of the elements that we just talked about in fashion. I have taken the plant-based fiber, which is cotton. That's the first thing we talked about, was fiber. And I have taken the minimalistic point, which would be your tank top. And I have taken the third element we talked about is color, because this is called salmon. The yarn is from We Are Knitters. It's called The Cotton. And this it's a worsted weight. It suggests a US 8 needle, or 5 millimeter. And it is, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna tell you how many, oh, it's right on the front here. It has 232 yards. And it is the softest. It is so, so soft, so easy to work with. This pattern is beautiful. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna show it to you a little bit closer, hold it up to you so you can see some of the lace close up. There's this darling cables that come right down the front here that are my absolute favorite. And let me take it off real quick and I'll show it to you. Okay, I'm back. I'm back with the Sunshine Bliss tank top. And look at the beautiful lace in this. Hope you can see that cable on both sides here. I think it's going to get washed out a little bit if I hold it too close to the camera. I did a twisted rib. It did not suggest that, but I generally do twisted rib. I like the results of that. I think it has a much more professional look. And I actually did one more lace repeat, and that's 12 rows. I did one more to lengthen it. And it's still pretty cropped. And this is the back. So it has a nice back. The armhole fits nicely. It's beautiful. And I knit the medium. And if you look at the pattern, when this is available, actually you could go to KEY Knits Instagram page, and you can see where she's got it on and she's wearing it and moving around, and you can see it. And you can see it is definitely cropped. Like I said, that's a 12 row repeat. So it's up here, and then you'll have yours. So it's probably about this long. Yeah, and I wanted mine longer. Of course, I'll have to wear something underneath it, but if you're younger, cute and young, you can probably wear it with, well, I don't know though. The lace is pretty holey. You need something underneath it. You need something, but it's beautiful. I'd recommend this. It was such a fun knit, and I learned so much with this lace. I just learned so much. I've never done, and I just love that. Look at the cable. It's just darling. Just darling. I don't know why I like the cable more than anything, but I do. But it was a test knit, and I enjoyed it. And like I've said a million times, I love to test knit. I learned so much. I do things, like I've said before, that I would never have done. Now, I changed into my ranunculus. I've had this on the podcast before. I knit this with Universal Bamboo Pop, and it's cotton. It's very silky cotton. Well, I'm sorry, it's bamboo and cotton. It feels like silk. It just really feels nice. It's got a beautiful drape to it. Really nice. I've got it on over my camisole. I've got some jean shorts on. Got jean shorts on. Would I normally wear it with these color? Probably not. I'd probably have white jean shorts to wear with this. But, and one other thing I wanted to talk about too is which summer tees would I knit again? Okay, so we've talked about a few here. I have on the ranunculus, okay? It's by Knit Cafe Midori, and this is the ranunculus pattern. Would I knit this again? Absolutely. I've knit 2 of them, and I would knit this one again. My other one's down here somewhere. Oh no, it's down here. I'm sorry. I've got a lot of summer knits down here. Yes, this is my original one, and I love it. This is out of Koigu yarn, and I just had 3. I think I just had 3, maybe 4 50-gram skeins. So it's definitely shorter. But this actually is my favorite yarn ever. I just love it. So I have that one. Yes, I would knit this again. And the tank top, would I knit this again? Yes, I would knit it again, but I would go exactly to what the pattern says and use the correct needle size because it's way too low for me. And I can come back because it's a 3 needle bind off on the top of the sleeves, straps, I guess you would call it. It's 3 needle bind off, so that's easy. And the other one that I have hanging there is, like I said earlier, the Salty Air Tee. Would I knit this again? Oh yes, this is knit with, and I talked about this a couple episodes ago, this is knit with Pearl Soho's linen quill. I would knit this again and again and again, and in linen quill. Look at the drape on it. It's beautiful. It's really pretty, and it's not hot at all. It's very lightweight yarn. It's very lightweight. And see the lace goes all the way around. All the way around. So I would knit all of these again and again. Absolutely. I've enjoyed every one of them. So I think that's all we're going to talk about today. Kind of back up and go over. I'm going to be casting on June 1st for the knit along. It's a free knit along with Pearl Soho for the dumpling bag. And I'm going to be using the Blackbird Flax which is what they have it knitted on, and the pattern's free. It's free, and then you get the 20% discount when you sign up for the linen. So I'm really looking forward. I wish you could feel this. It almost feels, it'll be interesting knitting with it because it feels like a smooth, you know how jute feels? It feels like a smooth, like smooth jute. You know, jute's kind of rough and kind of fibrous things sticking out. Well, this isn't. I think I showed it to you earlier. It's smooth. You can see there. Very pretty. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be working on. I've also had, oh, real quick here. If you follow me on Instagram, and if not, you can go at Knitter's Niche, K-N-I-C-H-E. I'm going to show you, and I have a picture on there, what I ended up getting for Mother's Day. For my husband, he says, well, what do you want for Mother's Day? I said, well, I know at the time, Pearl Soho had 25% off of everything that was Pearl Soho. So I said, I would really like, or maybe it was 20, I forget. But anyway, he said, oh, sure, that sounds good. So this is what I got. I had one of these and I needed one more because I want to knit. I'll show you what pattern I want to knit with. This is also a plant-based, well, it's from an insect. It's silk. It's cattail silk. And that's Kingfisher blue. Well, I had one of them and I've caked it up. And so now I have two. And there is, the yardage on here is outstanding. 618 yards. Now, this is US size 2 through 5 needle is suggested, which is 3 to 3.75 millimeter. And machine wash cold, tumble dry low. So I started this pattern, and this pattern is very popular. Now, and it fits one of the fashion elements that we just talked about earlier. And it is called, it's by Kadri. It's called the Surrey shirt. And I know you've probably seen it on Instagram. You've probably seen it on YouTube with some of the other podcasters, the knitting podcasters. I really want to knit this. I think I'm going to do the shorter version. It does have a split hem. So I started to cast on, and this is really fine. It's really thin. Really thin. And I could, oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to grab one of these. It's very, very thin. And I mean, it's just a really, really fine, it's not lace. It's not to that point. But let me look here, and I'm going to see what their suggested needle size is, because I've forgotten already. You know how that goes. Okay. Suggested needles, 2.5 US, which would be 3 millimeter, and 1.5 US, which is 2.5 millimeter. So you are actually going to cast on with the US 2.5, which is, sorry about that, forgot already, 3 millimeter. You're gonna be casting on with that, and okay. This silk, there's some areas where it doesn't take color, you can see it. Let me see if it's 100%. It is 100% silk, so it doesn't grab the color throughout. It almost looks like it's a tweed, a real fine tweed in a way. And it does not, and I was even using my my Chalgu needles, which are the steel needles, and it was moving on the needle, but it was grabbing the next, as I went to knit and yarn over and pull through, it drug against itself. So I just have to get used to it, and I think I didn't cast on, I cast it on one short, so it threw off the whole thing. But it starts here at the shoulders, it's a top down, and then it goes in the round after you separate for the armholes here. And it does, well, the sleeves do come down about right a little bit shorter than this. And then it has the ribbing here. And then I think it called for, I'm trying to think what the cast on it called for here. Oh goodness. I could put it down below. I don't want to keep you by continually looking down, up and down at the pattern. So that is something that I'm going to be making also. And I have another acquisition. We'll talk about it next time. It's some yarn, and I have decided what I'm going to make with that. It's going to be a summer tee that I'm going to make with that. It seems like, you know, I used to knit just a little bit of everything, and I'm really into garments now. Well, I know I've done a blanket. I know I've done a blanket or two blankets. I know I've done that, and I have enjoyed that. And I want to tell you about the feel of this. It feels like it's a weighted blanket. It's not real heavy, but it's just that nice feeling that you have a little bit of weight on you, and it's warm. It's beautiful. All the yarn is in this whole blanket is let's see, is it 15, is it 80-20? I think 80-20, 80 merino and 20 nylon, and it's very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. And you know what? Oh, I do. I was just gonna say, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I don't have those lights on. My little light, they're not twinkle lights. What do you call them? Oh, not twinkle light. Mini. You know, I'll have to look that up. Those little lights, they're on a wire, and you can just manipulate them and move them as ever you want. And they're just kind of fun. Just kind of bring a little light on the behind me here, my backdrop. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Please, oh, one other thing. I am almost to 2,000 subscribers. So my podiversary is going to be July 1st is when I did my very first YouTube podcast, my Knitter's Niche podcast. It'll be my very first one in a year. I'm pretty sure it's July 1st. I'll double check on that. And I would love it so much if I could get 2,000 subscribers. And I appreciate you all, each and every one of you, so much. And I want to thank you for joining me in this unusual connection that we all have. Very special connection, I should say. I guess it is kind of unusual too, but special connection sounds a little bit better than unusual connection with all of you. I appreciate you all. I have so much fun doing this. It does take a little bit of planning, but that's part of the fun, is deciding, okay, what am I going to talk about? And when I knit, I always kind of think, okay, what would my viewers enjoy seeing, and what are they hoping to knit is my main goal, is to put something entertaining and informative up just for you. Okay, y'all, have a great Memorial weekend. It seems like every time I talk, some holidays coming up, every time I put a podcast out. Have a good Memorial weekend. Summer's around the corner. I'll be thinking about some of these summer textures, texture, summer fibers that you might want to use. There's some very luxurious ones out there, and you know what, there's some kind of cheap ones out there too, so I will tell you that. You get what you pay for, obviously, in anything usually. So but there's a price for everybody. There is a price for everybody. And thanks again, and I'll tell you what, go out there and knit the day. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. We are actually going on a trip, going back to our home state. We're going to go for a week. We're going to go decorate the graveside of our loved ones that have gone before us, and get together with some family and some friends that we haven't seen in a while. It's been a year since we've been up there, so we're going back up north for a little bit, and when I return, I'll be putting out another podcast. So thank you all so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.